Cool Cat saves the kids. Does this film even need an introduction? Its reviews circle YouTube, almost everyone has heard The Gospel of the Cat, and it's practically a reviewer's rite of passage to take on this movie. This film is infamous for how unbelievably bad it is, and even more so for how bad its creator, Derek Savage, is at taking criticism aimed at it. Mr. Daddy Derek, as he likes to be called, has been known to attack, harass, belittle, and even impersonate authorities over people reviewing any of his material, positively or negatively. For those still unaware, Cool Cat is a bilingual children's book franchise about a bipedal orange cat and his, albeit random, escapades. Through bullying, karate, the military, this feline's done it all. Though why is there a random anthropomorphic cat living amongst the regular humans? No one knows, though this movie might finally give us some insight. But if it's a rite of passage, I guess I have no choice than to sit down with this sucker and watch it all the way through. Who knows, maybe it won't be that bad. The internet has a way of blowing things up to the point that everyone believes it's bad or good, even though it's really not. Food Fight, for example, though I'll get to that monster at a later time. For now, let's take on this savage beast and see if it really is as bad as everyone says.
And look at this beautiful open-air view that we have.
Kit Kat.
To the south, you can see down our lovely street, and to the east is this spectacular view.
Good.
Kit Kat.
People like you on the team.
Kitten.
How could we go wrong?
Thanks.
Oh, I'm gonna see if my corner opens. This
Is it over yet?
Make more time for the view.
No. It's only a couple minutes into it.
Oh, there's David. Look over there.
Wow, guys. Just wow. I'm sorry, I can't even comprehend this level of badness. I'm having trouble making a script for this one. It's just... Buckle down, because it's going to be one heck of a ride. Shoot, I don't even know where to start with this. Normally I would start at the beginning, but the trouble actually starts way before that. So I guess I'll start with the creator of this mess. This is Derek Savage. He is a writer and creator of the Cool Cat series of books. He also tries to be a screenplay writer, director, actor, producer, self-defense instructor, Spanish teacher, braggart, among various other things. But his pride and joy seems to be the Cool Cat series. According to his About Me page, he came up with a Cool Cat when he was just a child and put him on paper when he grew up. In truth, I wish I could be happy for him. I really do, because I feel an almost kindred spirit in this. But I can't, and you'll find out why in a moment. I said before that he tries to be a screenplay writer. Emphasis on try, because he honestly sucks at it. I have never read his books, so I cannot say if he's a good or bad writer, but film is definitely not his medium. Which is fine, but the problem is he seems to feel he is the god of movie production, which I can say with utmost certainty he is not. So already this total ignorance and self-absorption has turned me off of this property. A little tidbit about myself. Arrogance annoys the bloody hell out of me. The second someone says, "Oh, look how great this thing is that I did. Aren't I wonderful?" Automatically, my brain is wired to hate whatever said thing is and call the person out on their rump roast. So already, all of Derek Savage's self-horn tooting on this movie is really getting on my nerves. But, to make matters worse, he seems to have a horrible ability to take criticism. Almost anyone who says anything about this movie, good or bad, receives a prompt email from Mr. Savage calling the person a bully, demanding that they remove the media, be it a blog, video, what have you, and to write a personal apology with a distinct phrase, "Cool Cat loves me and Cool Cat loves you too" be in it. This has happened to a few channels, but if you want the whole and detailed story, I would suggest checking out the vlogs about it on the channel I Hate Everything. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. Personally, I think IHE didn't handle the situation in the best way, but this case happens to be the best documented of all of them. Long story short, Derek Savage is kind of an arrogant little rich kid in a grown man's body that gets really whiny when his projects are called bad. So already this guy is kind of driving me nuts. But a man's behavior has nothing to do with his ability to create content, right? I mean, I've met many people in the art world who are arrogant little dweebs, and I hate seeing their face, but I can't still admit that the things they make are very good. So let's see if Derek Savage really is the god of modern children's media. From the research I did, it appears that this movie isn't so much of a movie as it is a compilation of all televised Cool Cat appearances with a couple new clips shot to tie them all together. Oh, it's one of these movies. This would explain why many of the scenes are just weird, unbelievably awkward, and go absolutely nowhere. So what exactly happens in this movie? I'll try to break it down, but it's so all over the place that I'm not even sure I know. The movie starts out with Cool Cat dancing in front of a green screen with every bad editor's favorite font, Comic Sans. This is the first clue we get into the fact that Derek Savage is horrible at making movies. For the record, I own a MacBook Pro from 2012, the most basic form of iMovie. I use a Windows laptop with an outdated version of Pinnacle. I have a $100 camcorder, my MacBook webcam and microphone, and an associate's degree in media communication. All of this stuff, all of these editing effects, is what I can do with my home equipment and no budget. You should not be making a movie at this level if you have any kind of money behind you. You are better than this. Another thing, you hear this tune playing in the background? At the menu screen of the DVD, they have the real song. I'll show it to you. Yeah, I've heard this song before. I used to sing it right alongside Cool Cat Has the Whole World in His Hands and Cool Cat Loves Me, This I Know, for the Bible Tells Me So. Wait. So, after the opening credits, a bad voiceover begins while throwing the covers of Derek Savage's books at us and stating the obvious. Bullies exist!
Terrible news. Bullies have been picking on children everywhere, and it is tragic. There has to be a way to stop the bullies.
Help! Help! He's everywhere being bullied! Help!
Nice line read there, kid. And whose daughter are you? And Cool Cat saves the day. Yay! We didn't see him do anything. He didn't even make an on-screen appearance. I guess we're just meant to assume his mere existence scared the bullies into submission. So after that bit of pointlessness, seriously, it disappears and the movie never mentions it again, we get a tour de jour of what I assume is Derek's house. We zoom in on Cool Cat, who is supposed to be making campaign signs, but is actually just watching and waiting for a random cameraman to appear.
Wow, this looks great! There's the finishing touches, and another one done!
So Cool Cat's best friend Maria calls and speaks so fast and slurs her words so much that I can't understand what she says, but she ends up coming over.
I'll get it. Thanks, my hands are full!
Your hands are the opposite of full. This is Daddy Derek, and it's clear by how he says his lines that he is not a good actor.
come inside. Lunch is ready. Mama Cat made something healthy and tasty for you guys today.
Hey, I made a bowl of cereal with some fresh fruit for you.
Hey, I bet you will, you fine-looking kitty cat, you.
So Maria takes Cool Cat outside to where she put a blanket on the ground so they could make more signs. After using some vocabulary I'm certain no normal child uses on a daily basis,
To the south, you can see down our lovely street, and to the east is this spectacular view.
Exquisite!
they get to work and we meet our antagonist, aptly named Butch the Bully.
They're like picking on someone. And look over there. If it's not Cool Cat and Maria, they think they're so cool. Well, I'm gonna punk up. Maria's prettier. Jack Texter's ugly.
I am pretty sure that's not how most bullies' thought process goes. An internet troll maybe, but not a schoolyard bully. Also, maybe I'm stupid, but I cannot make sense of what he is saying here.
Maria's prettier. Jack Texter's ugly.
Enunciate your words. I have a lisp too, but that doesn't stop me from being understood.
Hey, Cool Cat, I just got a text, but I don't know who it is.
It could be good news. I love to get good news.
Yeah, me too. What if it's a secret contest, and I just won a whole bunch of money?
Maria, darling, those are not good texts or emails to get. They most often have viruses attached to them. You don't want to open that. But, of course, it's not any sort of good news. Just Butch the Bully being a jerk.
Listen to us, someone just texted me. You're ugly and your hair looks like rat hair. Why would somebody say that?
I don't know, but that's really, really mean. Oh, that person's just a big, big bully. Oh,
Fun fact, when Cool Cat gets angry, he barks. So Butch texts Maria again, and Cool Cat, in all his naivete and ignorance, tells her it's probably an apology.
You know, maybe they feel bad about that really mean text, and now they want to apologize. So see what it says.
Maria compliments him on his ability to see the best in everyone, and Cool Cat delivers this creepy line.
And I love you too. And I'm Cool Cat, and I love all kids.
Maria, run. Run far, far away. We cut back to Butch, who has gone from mild annoyances to theft and vandalism. But because he doesn't know how to properly use a spray can, he gets the pain in his eyes, and Cool Cat and Maria laugh at him.
My daddy calls that payback.
So does my daddy.
Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen. Butch runs off for his,
Brilliant idea.
and Cool Cat and Maria talk about what they will do now that Butch ruined their signs. All 1% of them.
But I guess we gotta make some new signs that Butch ruined the other one.
That's a terrific idea. We'll turn lemons into lemonade.
And I love lemonade, it's so good.
Nothing that was just said suggested that is making better of the situation. If you had said, Butch tried to ruin that sign, but I actually like the way it looks. Let's see if we can spray some paint on it to make the sign look cooler. That would warrant a lemons to lemonade line. But what you're doing is just junking one sign and making more to replace it. That makes no sense. Butch goes to find some other kids to help him paint huge bees all over the place.
We're calling ourselves the Bad Boys and paint a big bee on a wall.
I bet the B stands for Butch.
No, it don't, so shut up.
And one thing I've got to hand to these kids, they are trying. They are trying so hard. It's just, I'm so sorry. Back to Cool Cat and Maria, who are not so much making signs as they are picking them up like apples. I didn't know campaign signs were indigenous to the area. When they see another kid coming down the sidewalk who says he's sad because somebody is graffitiing all over people's houses and it's not pretty anymore. The fact that it's not pretty are making all the kids cry. Child, have you ever seen urban Detroit? Have you ever even walked into a gas station bathroom? I can guarantee you that a bee is not the worst thing they could be painting. What's more, most kids I've seen don't really care if something's graffitied or not. Cool Cat finds Butch and his minions painting another wall and runs over to stop them. Butch runs off, but Cool Cat catches the two lackeys and lays on them the Gospel of the Cat.
Why do you want to paint the wall like that? It looks like Butch left you holding the can.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, my parents have a saying, with friends like that, you better not have any enemies. So why do you want to paint the wall?
Because nobody loves us. We tag on other people's things so that they know we were there.
Nobody cares for us. That's why we do it.
Oh, no, you got it wrong. That's not the truth. The truth is, there's a lot of people that love you and care for you. I know because I love you. I'm Cool Cat, and I love all kids.
Thank you for caring about us.
You know what? I have a saying. True integrity means you do the right thing when no one is looking. In other words, be cool when no one's around.
Yeah, let's have some integrity and clean up the sandboxes that we tag. I'm down with that, man.
That's groovy. And remember, you have the kid's power. You can be anything you want to be. You just gotta work hard and make it happen. And that's a saying you can take to the streets. Yeah!
Yeah, let's be something cool.
And some parents were turning the children away, but Cool Cat rebuked them, saying, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for such is the kingdom of Daddy Derek."
Have a seat.
What the? What the heck was that? Is Cool Cat having a seizure? Is this a secret handshake? Is this the hokey pokey? What? Okay, I think it's supposed to be like a cat trying to scratch himself with his hind leg, but nothing, nothing seems to indicate that at all. Anyway, they go inside and eat lunch on the tiniest kitchen table in existence when, holy shnikes, what is that? This opens so many questions.
Boy, that Cool Cat's something else.
That's an understatement.
Come on, honey, I'll help you clean up here. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Here's one.
Let me help you right there. We call this teamwork, huh?
Oh, I love teamwork. It's so much
Ooh,
fun.
this is a heavy one. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. No couple acts like this. Like, ever. It's just adding to the creep factor.
Come on over here, honey. Look how clean we got everything going right here.
It looks great. Thanks for your help in the kitchen.
Oh, you know I love to help you all the time, Mama. Get over and give me a hug.
Wow, look at this cool webpage.
Yeah, look at this cool web page. Your own website sale page, you arrogant twat. Were you dropped on your head as a kitten?
Wow, I got an email from a John Doe. But I don't know a John Doe. Ooh, maybe he just wants to be friends. I'll click and see. What? You have a fat nose and you smell like a dirty dog? What?
Well, it is kind of true. Also, Cool Cat doesn't know how to read because the email clearly says you look like a dirty dog. Go back a grade, Cool Cat. You need to relearn how to read.
Your breath stinks and smells like cat food? I'm a bully and I'm gonna get you tomorrow? Oh no! What should I do? No!
Whoa, what's happening? He was just in the chair, now he's flopping on the bed. Nothing indicated that he went to bed. Just a fade to the next clip. Is this a scene change? What the heck was that? What's with the rainbows and stream of consciousness And going into Dreamland, are you serious? Arthur has probably 20 dream or daydream sequences an episode, and every one of them are better conveyed than this.
Wow! This must be dreamland! Everything is so foggy!
What was in that meal Mama Cat made you? Because this is no normal dream of yours.
I know I get mad when someone bullies me, so perhaps I just punch them. But wait! You'll get in trouble if you hit someone, and that's not cool! So, we better think of something else.
Cool Cat wakes up and forgets all about the bullying problem, because screw that! We need to go to Hollywood for some reason.
Hey, good morning, Cool Cat. Are you ready to go to Hollywood?
Oh, I sure am!
Hey, all right, here you go, buddy. Hey, and be sure to say bye to Mama Cat before we leave. She's out back watering the flowers.
Yeah, it's not really explained too well, except to lead to a pre-recorded commercial.
All right. Here, I help you get in the car here. Was it locked?
Yes, it was, Daddy Derek.
Well, that's for safety purposes.
Yeah, safety purposes. But yet you leave the window wide open where someone can just reach in and unlock the car. Now it's not locked for safety purposes and your car is gone. Bye-bye. Here's the clip show part of it. If it's not obvious, this whole section is an actual parade part. It's just a newscast of the event was aired over television. Cheap. Very cheap.
Give me a second.
Let's go tell Mama Cat.
Give me a second. I'd race you to the doorway, but you'd beat me. All right, let's go tell Mama Cat. Oh, what was that?
Does this movie even have a script? Does Daddy Derek follow said script? Because most of his lines seem completely on the fly. Cool Cat and Daddy Derek run home immediately to tell Mama Cat that Cool Cat gets to be in the Hollywood parade. I'm sorry, this is a little thing, but Mama Cat is just standing there caressing the island countertop. What is wrong with this family?
When we were in Hollywood, someone asked me to be in the Hollywood parade!
What's he talking about?
What is he talking about? He just told you!
But I don't know. It sounds like a lot of responsibility.
There is literally no responsibility to being in a parade. You stand there and you wave. Maybe you throw candy. Trust me, watching a parade requires way more involvement than actually being in it.
Hey, Maria, it's me, Cool Cat. You will not believe what happened today in Hollywood. I was cast to be in the Hollywood parade!
You're joking. That's fantastic.
Oh, no! I've got a lot to do before then. What should I do?
A lot to do? What do you have to do? It's not like you're building the float. All you're doing is walking in it. That takes 0 effort, 0 responsibility, and 0 effort.
It feels great to be awake. And I can hear my parents downstairs. I better see what's happening. Hey, Daddy Derek.
Wow, you can hear Daddy Derek reading? Some ears you've got.
But I do want to talk to you about the Hollywood parade. I want to jazz it up with a new car and a new song.
All right, let's go have fun here. Write you a nice song, Cool Cat.
Daddy Derek and Cool Cat write a new song for the parade, and with lyrics like, Cool Cat likes to rock and roll, Cool Cat likes to play the drums, and Cool Cat likes to boogie woogie, you know that this is going straight to the top of the charts and gonna stay there for at least 3 weeks. And if the intricate details of the songwriting wasn't enough, we get to see the music video in all its entirety. Not just in English, but in Spanish too!
Cool Cat likes to rock and roll. Cool Cat likes to love and sing. Cool Cat quiere bailar y bailar. Cool Cat quiere tocar la guitarra.
We get it, you're bilingual. Guess what? I can do that too. Also, who is singing right now? Because that sure as heck doesn't sound like Cool Cat.
Cool cat wants to play the guitar? Who cat wants to play the drums?
So after that song is finally over, we get some Van Halen product placement. Turns out Daddy Derek has a Van Halen signed guitar that he's very proud of. You know, Daddy Derek, that's great. You're rich and can afford that, but don't shove it in everyone else's face! Oh, good. That scene is over. That had nothing to do with bullying our kids or anything. Maybe we'll actually get back to the point. So Cool Cat runs off and does another musical number? Why? We just saw them do a whole supposedly brand new song. Why do we need another one? So he goes into the green screen room in Derek's house. What? Don't you have one? And he clearly doesn't know how to use it.
But how do I turn it on? Which button is it? Well, maybe it's this one. Or maybe it's this one. No. Maybe it's this one. Here it is. Wow. Look at this cool urban feel.
Daddy Derek, I don't think you know how green screens work. I'll give you a hint. You don't use a TV remote. I mean, everyone knows you clearly use a PS3 controller. Silly movie.
So we get another music video. It's boring and pointless and has no bearing on the plot whatsoever. Also, spoiler alert, it's not even used in the parade, so this whole scene was entirely pointless. Then we get to the parade. As I said before, this whole part was filmed prior and aired on television, so it is completely disjointed and has no bearing on the plot. Hold up, is that Cool Cat driving? First it's established he's in like middle or elementary school, and now it's been established that he has his license. How old is he? If he is 16 to 20 years old and spends his time telling kids he loves them, wrong. Just wrong.
And I love you too. And I'm Cool Cat, and I love all kids.
So finally, we get back to the plot, where Cool Cat goes over to play at Vivica A. Fox's house. And the movie really presses home that she and Eric Estrada are in it. I mean really presses. As in, it's mentioned every few seconds. Butch the Bully has now moved on to trespassing as he walks right into Vivica's backyard and smashes the sandcastle Maria and Cool Cat are working on. But at first sign that the adults are coming, he takes off and we get a monologue about how to properly take care of bullies.
People used to pick on me, and then I learned how to react. I learned to empower myself. In other words, I quit being scared of the bully, and I yelled at him to leave me alone. And I yelled very loudly. The bully got embarrassed when I yelled at him, and he ran away.
And I was there. Everybody was so happy because that bully messed with all the kids.
Derek, I know you mostly write books, which are a strictly word-based medium, and this kind of monologuing is fine for books. But this is audio-visual. Show, don't tell. If you want something to make a lasting impression, actually show it being done. Don't just say, oh yeah, this is what you need to do. Actually do it! So after the adults leave, Butch shows up again, but Cool Cat and Maria tell him off, which makes him run crying away to Mommy. That was sickeningly easy. So after this scene cuts awkwardly away, you'd think the movie would be over. But no, we've still got some more pointless detours to take. Cool Cat comes home to find a magazine on his front porch advertising a writing contest that he instantaneously wants to enter. For no reason whatsoever.
Building up the time, an hour and a half is just too long for uncreative minds.
I need to write a book. So, Daddy Derek, since you've written some books, could you help me get started?
'Cause remember, kids, I've written some books, and I just want you to remember that. Now go on and beg and plead your parents to buy you some. And remember, Cool Cat loves you.
First prize is is $100! Wow! $100? That's a lot of money! I want to enter this contest and so is your mommy! No, it's for kids only!
Yeah, a contest for kids only, and a magazine for adults. Seems legit.
That means I get to enter it and you don't, but you can help me!
You can be the lighthouse. Cool Cat decides that he wants to write a book about a character that Daddy Derek has already written about, named Trolley the Trout.
Trolley the Trout. Trolley the Trout. Trolley the Trout. But what's he gonna do? I've got writer's block.
You haven't even started!
My daddy said I should do some exercise when I have writer's block, because exercise is good for the mind.
As an author myself, I can tell you right now that that will not work. Particularly if you haven't even started to write yet. To write anything, you need to have some sort of direction, whether you're writing a story, an essay, or the script to a review. There has to be some sort of direction to it, and if there isn't, you won't have a competent piece. And I can tell you that no amount of exercise will fix that.
Jumping jacks! 1, 2, 3, 4. Shadow box! 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump rope! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can Cool Cat only count to 4?
I just figured out what to write! Ooh! Trolley the Trout swims upstream, and Trolley the Trout makes a lot of friends. Because making a lot of friends is super great! Yay!
Trolley the Trout swims upstream, and Trolley the Trout makes a lot of friends. Because making a lot of friends is super great. That's 24 words! 24 words in the title alone! As a general rule, in modern literature, a book title shouldn't be any longer than 6 or 7 words, not including a subtitle if applicable, which should also be kept to a minimum. It should also make you want to pick up said piece and learn why it was given that name. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but the title is fair game. At this point, I don't even care about Trolley the Trout, or why he swims upstream, or if he has any friends in the whole world. It's boring! So boring! Ugh!
Ooh. Little yellow here. Little blue here. Ooh, a little green on Trolley the Trout. Drown some more. Make a sign for Trolley the Trout by the lake. Yeah, this is a masterpiece. Ooh, what do you think?
I think you didn't just draw that right now. Also, that is not the title of the book.
Oh, wow! I just came up with the last line from my book. Trolley the Trout makes another friend. Yay!
Hurry downstairs, Cool Cat. Breakfast is ready.
Okay, Mommy.
It's such a beautiful day.
If I ever hear one more line about how beautiful the day is outside, I'm going to shine some of that sun up your...
Hi, Cool Cat. It's a beautiful day.
Hi, Maria. I love it when it's pretty outside. Wow, what a beautiful day. It's such a beautiful day. I love that fun, a beautiful day.
It's such a beautiful day. Here's your favorite, sweetie.
That smells yummy. Thanks.
That's looking good. I hope I get a plate of that.
Oh, hush up.
What? I'm just saying it's looking good.
I'm finished, and that was great. Now I'm gonna go outside and play.
did you do? Inhale it?
Cool Cat brings his boombox outside to play, and it's hard for me to tell if he's listening to a CD of Daddy Derek's music, or if this town is just so enamored with Cool Cat that they literally have a radio station dedicated to his music.
Bow before me and sing my praises, you measly peasant, or Cool Cat in all his power shall smite thee down. Cool Cat goes out to play when he and his friends get word that someone is stealing books from the library. Hate to break it to you, but people steal books from the library all the time. Not really a newsworthy offense. So Cool Cat determines that it's up to him and his friends to stop the thief and them alone.
Stealing is no good! We need to stop that crook. It's our duty to the children.
Great! So now Cool Cat is promoting self-vigilantism. That's a good message for the kids!
Help! Help! Please help me! A bully just took my candy and my school books! Now I have nothing to read!
Help! The bully just stole my candy and he's right there!
I got candy, you don't!
Oh no! It's Bush the Bully! He's a dirty litter bug! He has to be stopped!
It's up to you, Cool Cat. Go save the children!
Yeah, go get him, Cool Cat!
I'm Cool Cat, and I'm gonna protect the kids!
Oh no! It's Cool Cat, and he's fast! I better run!
So Butch the Bully gets hit by a squad car, proving that you should never run into the street. But if you're a bully, it's okay if you get hit by a car. The cop gets out and thanks Cool Cat for stopping the thief.
Thank you for your help, Cool Cat. That was very heroic.
It was nothing! And thanks for your help, Mr. Policeman. That was perfect timing!
Now I know why all the kids love you, Cool Cat. We appreciate your efforts to help keep the community safe for the children.
It's fun to do! I love to help my friends!
That's great, Cool Cat. And please don't hesitate to call the police if we could ever help. We're here to protect and serve.
Thank you, Officer Crest. You're very nice. Hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm pretty sure that's not how this exchange would go at all. I think it would go more something like this. Alright, son, would you mind explaining to me what's going on here today? He's a bad guy! He's been stealing books from the library and candy from babies! I love babies! And he makes me so rough! Yes, that's true, son. But what you did was very dangerous as well as very stupid. You or someone else could have gotten seriously hurt. But he's a bully! He picks on me and my friends every day, so I was going to stop him! 'Cause I'm Cool Cat, and I'm gonna save the kids! If this happens again, I suggest you go to your parents or a teacher or someone else you trust. But don't try this again. Next time it could be dangerous. Or something more along those lines, because I don't know a single officer that approves of vigilantism like this. So the police take Butch away, and Cool Cat skips back to his friends who deliver this confusing line.
That was groovy! You're just like in the movies. They should make a kids movie about you.
We'll name it Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
That's a cool idea! And what a great name for a movie!
Is this what Daddy Derek perceives as real life? Does Derek Savage think all of this is real? Does Derek Savage wholeheartedly believe that what he creates is non-fiction? Everything seems to be coming together now. The kids run off to play. While romping, they find a pistol lying in a flower bed. This opens up so many questions. Like, why is there a pistol in the flower bed? Why is it clearly out in the open when this is a close quarters city and it's illegal to shoot practice rounds in your backyard? If it was a criminal hiding spot, why was it in Cool Cat's yard and not someone else's? If it was Derek's, why is it out in the open and not in a case with the safety on? Does what Mama Cat was doing in the flower beds a few days ago have anything to do with this handgun? Screw Cool Cat, I want to hear the gun story! Cool Cat and Co. run off to tell Daddy Derek, and Butch comes in and steals it while their backs are turned.
It's a gun over there! I can bring it to school and take everyone's lunch money!
Butch. Lunch money really is all you think about, isn't it?
It's going to be that time for me!
Wait, what did he say?
It's going to be that time for me!
Enunciate! I can't understand half of your lines! Unbeknownst to Butch, Cool Cat sees him take the gun and they tell Daddy Derek what happened. He calls Butch's parents to tell them what their son is up to, and being responsible parents, they flip out a little and give him strict punishments as he rightly deserves. No, are you kidding? That would actually make sense. What do they really do about it?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
So because Butch's parents refuse to cooperate, Derek calls the cops and decides to walk the kids to school the next day. All epic slow-mo like.
Oh no!
Ruined it. When Cool Cat spots Butch showing off his prize, Derek freaks out and shaky cams it all the way back to the school and calls the police there, who shows up in record time to tote Butch and his collaborator away. I would assume to juvie, considering how much of a nuisance Butch seems to be. Now that Cool Cat maybe saved the kids, how should we know? We didn't see him do anything. It was all Daddy Derek. His Holy Mary suification comes to a close as he wins the election for school president, as well as that writing contest that had nothing to do with anything else in the movie. And finally, this movie is over. This movie was a mess. It was haphazardly written, disastrously edited, badly acted. Everything about it was just done wrong. It was like a little kids movie they made with their friends for a school project. Not a movie that actually had a budget behind it and some real names. The story, if you can find it, was all over the place. There was no direction to it. Derek Savage is trying to teach all of these lessons at once, and you can't do that, especially with children's media. It gets so discombobulated that none of whatever message you're trying to convey can get through. 1 minute we're learning about bullying, next we're learning about vandalism, then we move on to karma, then we move on to politeness and courtesy, then it's creativity, then it's always listen to your parents, then it's cyberbullying and trolling, then it's gun safety, and so much more. And intermingled with it all is so much Cool Cat worship it feels blasphemous to even watch it. This movie was such torture for me that it's taken me over a month to finish this review. Alpha and Omega took me 3 days, start to finish. That's how much I avoided having to do this stupid thing.
So yeah. Anyways. Hey Kit Kat? Aren't you supposed to be recording a Cool Cat review? Kit Kat? Where are you going?
I know a lot of people like this movie for its so bad it's good appeal. And if that's you, great. I have no problem with that. In fact, I'm glad you could reap enjoyment out of this train wreck. But I just can't. I hated watching it, and I can't wait till I can delete it off my computer. I'm not going to say Derek Savage is a bad author or content creator in general, because I've never seen any of his other work. But no artist is good at everything, and film is definitely not his medium.
And I realized it's not about the money. It's about making great stories.
Yeah, you should have reminded Daddy Derek of that before he started filming. I have to go. Cool Cat made being a cat a bad taste in my mouth. I think I'm going to be a horse for a while and watch something that actually doesn't grate on my ears.
Yo, yo, yo!
My name is Cool Cat and I'm the coolest cat there is. I love to play and have fun, and I'm always on the run. The sun is shining and I'm feeling fine. So everybody listen to the words I'm saying. Cool Cat knows the time of day, so he has to say it's time for you and me to boogie. Yeah, and I love to play. I'm the coolest cat there is, and I'm here to stay. I'm loving life and full of joy, and that makes happiness for every girl and boy. I dance right here, and then I shake it right there for the Cool Cat Boogie, and we all can play. This new dance really makes me happy. It's a Cool Cat Boogie, and I love to play. Oh yeah, and there's no right or wrong. The rules are simple as long as you move along. Little steps are cool and big steps are too. You can do the Cool Cat Boogie and it's good for you. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, because when you boogie, it's all pure gold. I'm feeling strong like I belong, so everybody come and dance along. Fun, the Cool Cat Boogie's right for everyone. I love to dance and boogie all day. Cool Cat is the coolest cat and he loves to play. I love to read books and that makes me cool, and that's why I'm happy I went to school. I love to dance and move around, and the Cool Cat Boogie is my favorite sound. My favorite sound. My favorite sound. My favorite.
Let's see what to watch today. Teen Titans or Batman the Animated Series.
Kit Kat, why are you persecuting me?
Who are you, Lord?
I am Cool Cat, whom you are persecuting.
What do you want from me, Lord?
I have seen the review you made of my movie, and I didn't like it.
Yes, well, to be fair, I didn't really like your movie.
You will learn to revere the holy gospel of the cat. Now, in the review you said you hated my movie. That sounds an awful lot like you're being a bully. I don't like bullies.
What? But I'm a critic. That's my job.
Your incidents shall not go unpunished. However, I am a Cool Cat. I am willing to forgive your transgressions if you repent and convert to the religion of the cat.
What? I will never.
Hail, Cool Cat, full of grace. Daddy Derek is with thee. Blessed art thou among creatures, and blessed be the work of your hands. Cool Cat saves the kids. Oh, the butts I have to kiss to please people.